Hey Frank, welcome to the 2019 OEC golf event. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing, and we'll put you back in your dress position and take a look at a few things for you. So while we got you here in your setup, let's first of all take a look at your posture. Spine is straight and on a nice tilt. Legs come down into a nicely unlocked position. Arms hang down nice and naturally in front of you. Club works out to the golf ball. So achieving very nice posture here in association with excellent balance as well. Next thing we want to observe is the alignment. We can see your feet in quite a closed stance. So if we carry that out towards the direction of the target, we can see your feet are aiming over here. Now, theoretically, your club face is supposed to be running parallel to your feet. Parallel lines on camera would have an appearance of converging. And if that's the case, we're basically set up to hit the golf ball out over this tree line. So it might be very possible at address you might be closing the club face a little bit. But we also know in your golf swing there's going to have to be some form of a compensation to get the golf ball back over to the center of the fairway. So whether that's a severely shutting down of the club face while you swing the club on plane, start it at yellow and hook it back to green, or whether you come over the top, attack the ball from the outside to the inside, allowing you to try and pull the ball back online, is yet to be determined, and we'll see that here in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and do a little split screen comparison between you and Jordan Spieth. Now we got some color-coded lines up on the screen just to use as a visual reference as it pertains to swing plane. As we initiate our takeaway, simply want to rotate our shoulders, drawing our arms and hands back as well as the golf club. We'd like to see the club come back directly along the red line. Simply means the club is coming back on proper plane. From here we're going to incorporate some wrist hinge into play where we're transitioning the club head from below to above our hands. And now we're going to work the club from red up to yellow and or blue, whereby the left arm and the club are going to situate themselves on the yellow line or the blue line, or somewhere in between that yellow-blue V zone. People who have slightly steeper set positions are up on blue, a little shallower on yellow. Anything a little bit above or a little bit below would be getting a little too steep or a little too shallow. Now with your closed stance, it's probably pretty possible that you'll draw this golf club underneath the swing plane, which you do. Shoulder rotation looks great, hand movement looks great. Getting some wrist hinge. So everything looks really, really good to this point of your golf swing. Right about here, you work the golf club into a steep position, and it continues to work steep to the top. When you finally set the golf club, you have good rotation. You got a stable right side, but you do fall to the outside of your right foot. So you're not keeping the weight on the inside part of that right foot while you're loading your backswing. Arms break down, just means that your right forearm is compressing to your bicep. The tricep is trying to sort of work in behind you, causes your left arm to fold. As we take a look at the downswing, simply want to move the weight from the right foot to the left foot, fire the knees and the hips to the target, unwind the core, and fire the hands. In Jordan's case, we want to bring the golf club from blue back to yellow, and then again back down to red, which is where the club originated from. And that's exactly what we see here. The golf club has returned back to on plane. The other thing we want to observe at this stage of the golf swing is the relationship between the lead forearm and the golf club. We refer to this as the backward check mark. It simply means the club head right now is remaining above and behind his hands. It's going to allow him to create a lot of power in the golf swing, let alone the ability to hit the ball straight, again, because the club has returned to plane. With your transition back into the ball, you got an over-the-top move. You send your hands out in front of you. It's going to have a major influence, obviously, on the club. What we're going to see is this club head is never going to return back to the red line. It's coming into the ball very steep and over the top, and will attack the ball from outside to inside. We go ahead and just sort of track the club head as it was coming in, just sort of connect the dots here. It'll give you a little bit better visual as to how steep and over the top you were attacking the ball. So again, that club has not returned back to the red line, as we see with Jordan, nor does it approach the golf ball from that red line. Again, this is ultimately what allows us to hit the ball straight in accordance to our alignment, assuming that we have a good grip and that the club face squares up. At this point in time, we can take a look at the path of the club. We can see Jordan's club is inside the ball. It expands out to make contact and moves through on a nice natural subtle arc. Your club is stuck outside the ball, dropping down and across to hit it. Very simply put, if we were to square the club face up to that yellow path, having attacked the club from here and across where the ball was, very simply what will happen is we'll square the face up and it'll give us the ability to pull the ball. In your case, we had already mentioned that your feet were very closed. Parallel lines with the club face has appearance of converging. We'd already mentioned that you're set up to hit the golf ball over here, and I had stipulated that there was going to be some form of a compensation to try and hit the ball back on line. I mentioned you're either going to swing the club on plane, start it at yellow and hook it back to green, or you're going to come over the top. Clearly, you are coming over the top and attacking the ball from outside to inside, trying to pull the ball down the red arrow back to the intended target. The issues that arise here, if the club face over releases to this yellow path, not only will we pull the ball, but we'll hit a pull draw or pull hook, losing that ball to the left. If we under release that club, we'll still probably pull the ball, maybe not as far left as the red arrow, but then it's going to be a pull fade or pull slice, more like a pull slice. If the timing's on, you can hit what I refer to as a pull straight shot, which will travel right down red to the target, or it might just have a little bit of a butter cut or butter draw on it, which isn't going to hurt you at all. But that does require a lot of timing on your part to be able to do that. As mentioned, or the three things we need in order to be consistent and hit a straight ball: we have to aim well, we have to bring the club down on plane, and we have to square the face. Unfortunately, we can see your alignment is way out to the right. You make a pretty severe over the top move trying to pull the ball back online. At that point in time, you got to perfect the club face position through impact, give it a glancing blow, and hopefully not leave the club face too open or close it too much. Close it too much, it follows green. Leave it too open, follows yellow. And if you time it okay, it'll follow the red arrow towards the green flag. At impact, your right heel's off the ground, looks great. Just want a continued activity in that right heel up on the toe of the right foot. Allows the weight to get to the left side, the hips to square around, shoulders to fully rotate, hands finish high with the club back in behind us. With you, as you come through, you get yourself through to a really nice finish. Looks wonderful. Overall, there's some really nice athletic qualities with your golf swing. Your hands do work really well. They come back and they fire through great. You coil back, you uncoil through. Get yourself through to a pretty decent finish because you have pretty good footwork. It's just that you're aiming way right, trying to swing and hit the ball way left. Requires timing in the club face. And again, if we over release it, it's going left. Under release it, it's going right. But if we time it okay, you will find your intended target. Anyways, hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoyed getting an opportunity to see your swing on video. If at any point in time you ever want to work on any of these aspects, I'm over at Glen Abbey where the event was held. I'd be happy to structure a program for you. Also, if you're involved with any golf tournaments at all, looking for a unique gift to provide to your guests, feel free to contact me. All my contact information is at the end of the video. It was also on part of the screen during some of the swing analysis, so you can contact me either by phone or by email. Anyways, again, hope you had a great day. Hope you had a great summer, and hope that leads you into a good fall and you get an opportunity to play a little bit more golf.